Hello everyone, I'm Astrophilos and today we are going to make an overview on the AP11 and all the ecosystem. So let's get started. First of all, if you didn't watch the last video, AP11 is my harmonic mount and is the start of my own Astrophilos brand about astrophotography, mount and accessories for telescope by an astrophotographer for astrophotographers. So let's get started. First of all, here you can see the AP11 and here you can see my DIY V3. Let's see some difference. First of all, I never made a wedge for the V3 and I used the Skywatcher one. As you can see, the Astrophilos one is much bigger, heavier, and much stiffer. Okay, it's also a little bit different in how you make the adjustment. In my opinion, much easier. Okay, but let's get started. This is for the wedge. Another thing difference is, as you can see, the AP11 is slightly bigger than the V3, about 10% bigger, because we have now the connector for the Align module. The Align module, as a little recap, is the version of the AAPA built only for the AP11. So doesn't have any electronics inside and connects to the mount with one cable. But let's see other difference. As you can see, another big difference is in the Vixen. The Vixen is quite different, much bigger and also much stiffer, as you can see. Another difference is that we didn't use any transparent enclosure because when I did sun imaging, as you can see, everything turned yellow. And this unfortunately happens also with the cover of your telephone, as you might know. So we decided to make everything structural and so on in aluminum, with only the controller casing made in plastic, that you can choose also the color. So these are the big difference between the two. Also, the AP11 is much sturdier, much stiffer, and so on, because obviously after 160 people bought the V3 files and are using the V3 as a mount, we learned something. Okay, so the other difference, which is the biggest difference, is that this one is a product and this one is a DIY project. Okay, now let's put the V3 aside and let's take a look another time at the AP11. Okay, one thing that people ask me are the dimension. Here you can check the dimension of the AP11. Okay, here as you can see we have the controller of the AP11 and is only for the AP11. And now I want to answer some questions that I received. So first of all, one I answered before. So is the AP11 a DIY project? No, it's not. It's a product. Okay. So another thing that I have had a lot of questions about is the N.I.N.A module. The N.I.N.A module is only for the AP11. You cannot use with another mount because no other mount has the electronics we use and the software we use. Okay, you don't have this connector, and so you cannot use the N.I.N.A module. But I want to tell you something. Take a look at the website in the next 2 weeks. You will find something that you really will like. Okay. So another question I get a lot: where will you ship from? We will ship from Europe. Okay, and we are going to make the best we can to offer cheap tariffs, cheap shipping cost to everyone. Okay, we don't ship to every country. You can check on the website if we ship to your country when you try to do the checkout. Okay, if we don't ship to your country, please send a comment here below in this video and we will see if we can add it. Okay. I want to take a moment to thank JLC for this video. They played a huge role in the developing of the AP11, giving us prototypes, metal parts when we needed in less than 5 days. As you can see in this video, some of the parts of the AP11 I am showing you right now are from them. So please take a look at their website where you can do a lot of things about CNC, 3D printing and PCB design. Thanks a lot, JLC. Another question I want to answer is this: will you make a bigger version of the AP11 in the future? The answer is yes, but obviously will cost more and we don't have a date for it. Okay, so not in the near future. Okay, so this is like the most quoted question I had. Okay, and remember, AP11 is very tiny, as you can see here. So it's for travelers or for beginner. We have a 5 kilogram capacity for astrophotography, with a little counterweight, we can push it to 6.5 kilograms. Okay, it's also very good for visual use. But now let's talk about portability. Why I have a backpack here? Because I want to show you, with this little backpack, my idea of travel astrophotography. We have the AP11 that we can put here. Okay. We need a tripod. I really like the C20 from ZWO. We can put also this inside. We have obviously the controller that we can put here. And here we have also the space if we want to add a DSLR, an astro camera. So this is to say that with this little backpack, a normal backpack, you can put all your astrophotography gear inside. Okay, so this is something that in my opinion is really good. I am lazy. I don't like to bring two backpacks. I don't like to use a suitcase and so on. Another thing that I know you want to know about are the guiding performance. So what guiding performance can you achieve with a 399 harmonic mount? Well, you can achieve something like this. Something like you are seeing now on this video. And also something you can check in this video here. Okay? Because at the hardware level, the AP11 is a better version of the V3. And these are the V3 performance. Okay? So, can you have a half an arc second RMS total? Probably not. Okay, but this is not something we wanted to achieve. Okay, and I want to explain why. The philosophy of this mount is to unexplained before. So, travelers and beginner. If you are a beginner, you will probably use a little apochromatic telescope with a focal length from, I don't know, 135 millimeters to 400 millimeters. Okay. And so we wanted to achieve something that you can do 300 seconds, 600 seconds with a 400 millimeter focal length. Okay, so you don't need to achieve half an arc second RMS for guiding. Okay, what we advise for the AP11 is not to use the AP11 for focal length that are higher than 500 millimeter for deep sky astrophotography. Okay, if you want to do visual, if you want to do planets and so on, obviously you don't have to mind this recommendation. Okay, I don't know, you want to do planets, you have a little max of telescope, you can use it, obviously. Okay, because you will not do 600 second exposure. Okay, so the what we say is that with this mount you can achieve 1 arc second RMS or below, maybe a little higher, 1.1. But keep in mind, this is for astrophotography and works really well for astrophotography. We didn't want to make the mount with the better spec sheet on the market. We wanted to make the mount affordable and for beginners. Okay, but this doesn't mean that a beginner or someone that wants to travel cannot take 600 second exposure, because this mount will make sure that it will happen. Okay, obviously at a little and so on. So here you can see the PHTU guiding we had, and please keep in mind it was very windy and I didn't make a very good polar error, but this is only the first video about it. Okay, this is only an overview. Next week you can expect us to provide a video where you will see performance under the night sky and probably also the first test of the N.I.N.A module. Obviously the first test that you will see. We did a lot of tests. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and buy the mount here.